What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. At the time of recording this video, I haven't been to play ESBC yet, and I've noticed that I got a comment the other day saying, why don't you just wait to play it to see? Like I have to keep saying, is it's only gameplay related, so things like little features like in menus and career and online and stuff like that, I won't be seeing any of that. But also I make a lot of these videos because I want to talk to you guys. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Now this video is mainly for the offline dudes, guys that just like to just play the shit out of the game, you know, the play now feature, the career mode, really experience the whole roster as well as their favourites. And I know that this feature that we're going to talk about is something that I know that a lot of people have mentioned from comments, and I know that a lot of people would really enjoy, including myself. So I've been playing WWE 2K22 for the last 3 days. I've put 23 hours into the game already in 3 days, and I've played a bit of the My GM, a bit of the My Rise, I've done the showcase, but mainly all the time that I've spent playing has been in the play now feature, which is just the basic, you know, choose fighters, fight, and go. And I've been having so much fun with it. Now, of course, like I said, there's tons of fighters, tons of matchups that you can choose, but my favourite feature from this play now mode is something that most would consider relatively small. And that is, on top of being able to choose the various modes, the 1v1s, 2v2s, you know, 6-man, Royal Rumbles, whatever it may be, and as well as choosing your fighters, you get to choose the belts that you fight for. You can either have a 1-belt match or a 2-belt match amongst the match that you may choose, and there is tons of titles to choose from. I'll probably have it up on screen as we talk. But what's great about it is it will also track who wins those titles for your own play now mode. So mine has a lot of Jeff Hardy in, a lot of Goldberg, because I love playing as Jeff Hardy. So he's got a lot of those titles. I do lots of ladder matches and things like that, and it tracks them, and the commentators actually talk about it. For example, if it's me versus Lesnar and Lesnar doesn't have a title, it will be I'll be considered the champ, and it will be he'll be considered the challenger. So if I get badly hurt and he's going up the ladder, it will say all the challengers taking the upper hand. I think the title may change hands here. The commentators actually react to who the champion is and who the challenger is. So now transitioning over to ESBC. With ESBC having the WBC, the IBF, the IBO, the WBO, the Ring TV, regional belts like the Lord Lonsdale belt, as well as even an amateur title, I don't think these titles should be limited to just career mode. I think they should also be able to be fought for, in a play now feature, which all games have. All games have the play now feature, but I think they need to make the most of these titles and have titles be able to be used in a play now. So now we have already seen what we think is a little bit of this Joe Frazier and Joe Joyce screenshot here of a pre-match thing, and you know it's a 12-round fight, and so you know you guys will make of that screenshot what you will, I suppose. And we can even see, of course, the WBC title between the two of them, so it's very likely that you will be able to fight. But this could have been a Joe Joyce career mode. It's kind of tough to say, and down the bottom it does say WBC heavyweight title. I think it is very possible for this to happen. Now, of course, in boxing, there's already tons of champions, and most titles have a champ as is. So maybe when you first start the career, it will say, like, you know, when you want to fight for a title, it will show Canelo has all of the titles in the super middleweight. If you want, you can say, you know what, I just want to take the IBF from him and give it to this fighter and this fighter to fight between. Or you put one of his titles on the line against someone, you put another one of his titles against someone else, so then it spreads the division out, and then the commentators will react to maybe a unification bout or whatever it may be. So for example, like I said, you know, the game not only keeps track, but the commentators will talk appropriately about the bout. So for example, you've got Deontay Wilder versus Joe Frazier, you know, active versus legend of legends. For, you know, it could be maybe Wilder's WBC and his IBF title, so it will talk about Frazier being the challenger. Or maybe it will be, you know, like I said, the WBC and the IBF against Frazier's IBO and WBO and Ring TV, and the commentators will talk about this huge unification bout between, you know, the big heavy-hitting Wilder and the big heavy-hitting legend Joe Frazier and stuff like that. And I think makes the play now feature so much more fun and almost addictive to play, because you're constantly like, I'm going to have this person be champion. And I know it's kind of like, for certain people, that won't be good enough. And for certain people, you know, who maybe play the online a lot, or maybe just like really heavy in career mode, that's like, you know, something they're not too bothered about. But for me, and I know for a lot of people, the play now thing is just so fun. And I don't know what it is, but with this 2K22, the WWE game, I didn't think much of it, and I was like, yeah, I'll just put, you know, this title against this fighter against this fighter for a title. And I've just become obsessed with it. And I've done some other things, but I literally am just chilling and just playing. And that's what I'm thinking, like, my God, if I'm putting this much time into WWE, can you imagine what I'll be like with ESBC? So I think It's definitely something they're going to do from this screenshot that we've already seen. But of course, I don't want to get people's hopes up too much. But it's definitely something I know that you guys want as well. And like I said, per weight class, per belt, it tracks it. So for example, you would do, you know, maybe you choose what title you fight for at the start. Or maybe, you know, I don't know, you know, maybe you choose 2 fighters and then you get an option to fight for a title and it will show who holds those titles right now and you will have to fight for that. You'll have to fight that fighter for that belt maybe. But, you know, like I said, guys, this feature has kept me constantly hooked on WWE 2K22, and I'd love to see it in ESBC with the massive roster and the real belts that we have, not just fake made-up belts. We have real titles and real federations in the game, and I think it'll be awesome. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.